Alright, let's go. Now, we're going to talk about integer indices, okay? Which means that your power is integer. Okay, this chapter is a basic, like plus, minus, multiply, and divides, okay? So, it's not a concept, it's not something about theory and so on. So, it's just a skill. So, you got to master this. Okay. So, a to the power n, you know what does it mean, right? A square means a multiplied by itself twice. So, a to the power n means multiply this a n times. So, you can write like cross. But let's say if I say sometimes I want to use dot instead of multiply because this one, if it's x to the power n, then you can write x, then x. Okay, if you write x like me, so it's not very nice, I just put a cross like this one, then you probably will get confused and your teacher doesn't know what you are writing. So you will write dot instead, or you write bracket instead. Okay, dot is very simple to write. Bracket you need to write like two sides, and it's a bit troublesome. So that's why you use this. Okay, a to the power 0. Anything to the power 0, that must be 1, right? Except 0 itself. Okay, so 7 to the power 0 is 1, 5 to the power 0 is 1 as well, -2 to the power 0 it's also 1. Okay, a to the power -1 is given by 1 over a to the power 1. That means that here you just invert it, so that thing to the power 1, you put it below. So hence, if we generalize this to this a to the power -n, the -, just means that you put it down there. Okay, so 1 over a to the power n, that's it. Okay. So, important things here. So, -5 square, what does this mean? This one, negative is considered to be outside. Okay, then this one, 5 square is like one whole thing. So, this one will give you -25. This is a mistake that a lot of you guys, maybe you know this one means -25, but then you write it there. And, or maybe if you want to represent this one, but you write this one because you are not used to writing bracket in front of the negative sign. So you got to be very careful about this one. If you want to represent -5, the whole thing square, means you got to put a bracket here to make it clear. Okay, so this one would mean 25. This one will mean -25. Okay. Okay. It's the best if you can recognize these things. Okay. It's like a multiplication table. Okay. If you see 4, you got to have the instinct that it's 2 square. If you have C8, you gotta have the instinct that it's 2 to the power 3, or else maybe it's a little bit hard for you. Okay, or maybe just like you just take this slide with you, then maybe when you see like 27, just try to see that. Okay, think about it. Okay, 27, it looks like what? It's like factorize it. Oh, it's 3 cubed. Okay, you gotta have the idea that, oh, 81 is 3 to the power 4. Okay, I'm not gonna like have it like so many, because these are the numbers that are commonly occur in your exam. Why? Because you can't expect the teachers to let you know what is 1024, it's 2 to the power 1 and so on, because that's like too big the numbers, and it's not good for you also. Okay, so you just need to have until here, and that's it. Okay, I think 7 for 7 it's a bit difficult already. You just need to know 49 is 7 square. Okay, other than that, these are all the things that you might need to know. You want to know more about this one, slightly lesser for this one, slightly lesser for this one, and so on. Okay, like 64 is 2 to the power 6. Okay, right? Next, let's see. Okay, the game rule. So before we dive in to play this game, you gotta know the rules for power. So rule number 1, if you have same base, a to the power m times a to the power n, you multiply them, then you get a to the power m plus n. Okay, so same base, the power adds up. Okay, look at an example here. So 3 to the power 5 times 3 to the power -2. What do? Same base 3, then power you add up. Okay, you add them up. So 5 plus -2, which gives you 3. So the answer is 3 to the power 3. Got it? Alright, next. Second, rule number 2 is division. So if this a to the power m divided by a to the power n, what do? You minus them. Okay, so it can be written in this form or this form, top and bottom, or just write divide. Okay, an example. 2 to the power 4 divided by 2 to the power negative 1, you would have 4 minus 1, which is 4 plus 1, then it gives you 2 to the power 5. Notice that 2 and 2 must be, they have to be the same. If it's different base, then you can't do all of this. Okay, just remember that. 3. A to the power m, the whole thing power n again. Meaning that after you get the outcome of a to the power m, you bracket and take the power again. Okay, so this one will be equals to a to the power m times n. Okay, this one is a to the power m times n. Okay, it's the same level here, so you multiply them. Okay, so let's look at an example. 5 to the power 4, the whole thing to the power negative 2. This one, you just multiply them top. So you get 5 to the power negative 8. Okay, no problem. Next, a, b, the whole thing power m. So inside its multiplication, the whole thing takes the same power m. So this one, I think you know, it's a to the power m times b to the power m individually. Okay, example, 2 to the power 3 times 5 to the power 4, the whole thing power 7. So I take the power individually, 3 times 7, 4 times 7. So I will get 2 to the power 21, then 5 to the power 28. No problem. Go next. Last one. A divided by m, a divided by b, the whole thing power of m is equal to a to the power m divided by b to the power m. So now let's look at this. Difficult? No, you can try it yourself, right? Okay. So 5 to the power 3 divided by 2 to the power negative 2, the whole thing power negative 4. I'm just going to take power individually, then divide them. So the answer will be 5 to the power negative 12, then divided by 2 to the power 8. Because negative 2 times negative 4, you get 8. Okay, is there any way to represent this one? Why do I write in this form? Do you still remember what I said just now? A to the power of negative n is equal to 1 over a to the power n. So this one is in the bottom, at the bottom. So we can flip it up and write 2 to the power of negative 8 instead. Okay? Good for you? Let's move on. So simplify the following expressions. So you have this one, and this one. We are going to do it here. And if you know how to do it already, or you can pause the video and try yourself. The answer is given here. Okay? I'm going to solve it now. Okay? Let's do it. This one is equals to, okay, whenever you see divide, you put it below so that it's easier for you to refer. Okay? So a to the power 3, b times b to the power negative 3. This one, ab bracket, the whole thing square, it gives you what? A square multiplied by b square. So the whole thing, I write a square, b square. Great. So now, what I'm going to do here is just to look at a first, then look at b. Okay? So I look at a. A, there's only this a on top and this a below. Okay? So what I'm going to do, if it's divide, okay? So power will be minus, right? So right, a, then 3 minus 2, 1. Okay, how many b's I have here? 1, 2, 3. Top b's, you multiply them. So multiply them, it means what? Plus. Then top and bottom, how do you do it? You minus. So 1 minus 3 is minus 2 already. Minus 2, then minus 2 again. So it's minus 4. So here, b minus 4. Then you get this answer, ab minus 4. Very simple, correct? Okay, so this is an easier one. Okay, same thing, like inside the whole thing multiply, then whole thing power 5. So you power 5 individually. So write m, write n. 3 times 5 is 15. 2 times 5 is 10. That's our answer. Okay. Okay, next. Okay, what I do? I can actually do what? I can actually just, I know how many base I have is only h and k. So what I'm going to do, I write h here, I write k here, then I'm going to just tell the power. Okay, so h here will be negative 2 times 4 will be negative 8, correct? Negative 8 is below. So 1 over h to the power negative 8, it gives me h to the power 8. Okay, Then here, k is what? K 3 times 4 is 12. 12 is below, correct? 12 is below. So what do? You put negative 12. Okay? So this answer and this answer both are acceptable. Okay? Depends on the question. Maybe the question says write this expression in terms of h to the power a and k to the power b. Then you find out what is a and b. So a will be 8 and b will be negative 12. Okay? Okay? So let's move on. Right. So try this. Okay? Answer is given here. If you can do it, then you skip it. Okay. Here, I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to write things like, okay, 3 and 9. You can cancel them off. What does it give you? 3. So I write 3 here. Okay. Then I just ignore the constant term. Then I look at this. Okay, they are only base A and base B. So I just write down A and I just write down B. Okay. How many A's on top? Okay, 1. How many A's below? 1. So 2 to the power, A to the power 2, A to the power 1. You minus them because it's division. So the power will be 1. Then B to the power 3 minus 2 becomes 3 plus 2, 5. Answer? 3AB power 5. Easy? Very easy. Okay, if you are not comfortable, I do it slow. The bottom, I will square it first before I do anything. Okay, I square. Do you have to square this 6? Yes, you have to. It's like x, y, z, the whole thing power 2. You have to square x, square y, and square z individually. Okay, I copy the top part, 2a minus 1, b, then the bottom will be 36. Then a square and b to the power minus 4. Okay, I do it separately. So 2 and 36, I cancel off, becomes 18 below. So I write 18 below. Okay, then this one, if you want to write this, you can write as A and B. So A is negative 1 divided by, negative 1 minus 2, so it's negative 3. And this one, 1 minus 4, it becomes plus 4, so it's 5. So this one, the final answer will be A, negative 3, B, about 5, and the whole thing divided by 18. Just going to write it properly. Okay, it's ugly here. Okay, correct? So this is another form of it. So they write the A below, so A to the power 3 below. Both acceptable, right? A to the power negative 3 and A to the power 3 below, it's the same. Alright, let's look at the next one. Do we have something more difficult for the pros? Okay, so pause the video and try yourself. You can do it, right? Okay, I'm going to solve it now. And this one is slightly more difficult than the previous one. So you analyze the question, you look at it, it seems to have base 3, 27 and 9. But when you see 27, what did I say just now? You get to see 27 as 3 to the power 3, 9 as 3 square, and then you're going to write everything in the base of 3. Okay, so let's start. This one is 3 to the power m. This one is times 3 to the power 3 bracket and minus 1. I'm going to do it slow for the first time. So divided by 3 square bracket 4 minus n. Get it? Alright, so everything is in base 3 now, except you got to multiply this in so that you are clearer. Okay, so alright here, alright here. So 3 to the power m, then times 3n minus 1. 3 times n minus 1 means 3n minus 3. So it's 3n minus 3. Then divided by 3. This one you gotta multiply by both, right? Okay, so 8 minus 2n. Don't forget to multiply here. So it's 8 minus 2n. Okay, alright, the final answer just here. Okay, I just need to have one power here. What is the power? So if you don't want to write so many steps, so you will be writing this top part and bottom part over here in one side, then you calculate that before writing it in. So top will be multiply, means plus. So m plus 3n minus 3. then bottom will be 8 minus 2n. So m is on top, not in below, so m is just m. Then 3n on top minus 2n below, so you're going to add them up, or minus. It's minus side, okay, because divide. So 3n minus 2n, so it gives you plus 5n. Next, minus 3 minus 8, it's minus 11. So this is your answer, and it agrees with this one, right? 3 to the power n plus 5n minus 11. Get it? Right, next, let's look at this. Okay, so here it's 35 to the power n over 5, and 8 to the power n, and 4 to the power 3n minus 1. Gotta recognize 35 as what? 32 as 2 to the power 5, 8 as 2 to the power 3, and 4 as 2 squared. So we're gonna rewrite this: 2 to the power 5, holding bracket n over 5, then multiply by 2 to the power 3 bracket n divided by 2 to the power 2 bracket 3n minus 1. Okay, so here multiply, what do you get? You get 2 to the power n only, because they multiply and cancel off the 5. So this one becomes 3n multiplied by 2, 3n. Bottom is 2, 6n minus 6. Hey, sorry, 6n minus 2. Okay, so just cancel off. So now, n plus 3n is 4n. 4n minus 6n is minus 2n. So the answer here is 2 minus 2n. Then here, top has no constant, bottom has constant negative 2. So 0 minus minus 2, it becomes plus 2. Hence, you get the answer 2 to the power minus 2n plus 2. Got it? Right? So let's move on to the next one. Okay, simplify the following expression. Okay, before that, let's see. I'm not going to show you the answer first. Okay, how do you analyze this? This is 5. This one is what? Remember? 1 to 5 is 5 to the power 3. And then nothing can be further simplified. So I write here first, 5 to the power n. This is 5 to the power 3. This is 5 to the power 3. Then inside, I don't want to have minus 1. I don't want to have n minus 1. What do I do? So I just separate them. So how do you separate these two? 5 to the power n minus 1, minus 2, let's say minus 2, is equals to 5 to the power n times 5 to the power negative 2, correct? Okay, that's how I separate here. Okay, why do I do that? Because you see, now if I do this one now, what do I have? I have same thing here, 5 to the power n, 5 to the power n, and 5 to the power n, which is the things that I want. Okay, so I want to try to make it to have this one so that I can take out the factor. Okay, so these are the common factors now. So what do? Bring them out. 5 to the power n. So what will be the things inside? So this part, the yellow one that I have underlined, so you just don't write this one anymore. What is the left? 5 to the power 3. And this one underlined, so this one and this one are left, so right here. And here, this one cover is just this one, right here. Okay, then you can simplify this one. 5 to the power 3 is 1 to 5, and this one gives you what? You can press your calculator or just think about it yourself. 5, same base, top part will be added up. So it's 5 squared, 25 minus 2. Final answer, 148 times 5 to the power n. Not very difficult, okay? Just hope that you can do it. Next, simplify the following expressions. So you have these two questions, and then if you can solve it, you do it yourself. Okay, answers is there. I'm going to do it now. Okay, this one, we analyze this. We see something in common, which is n plus 1, n plus 1, but n plus 1 again. Here is n plus 1. So I see the common factor here is 2 to the power n plus 1, right? Okay, so since all of them, they have 2 to the power n plus 1, but then this one extra power by 1. So you can just do 2 to the power n plus 1 multiplied by 2, right? Okay, so I'm going to do this. 2m plus 1 minus 2 times 2n plus 1. I write a 1 here so that you can see what's happening here. This one, same base, power add up. So it's 2 plus 2. Okay, no mistake here. Plus 4, then times 2 to the power n plus 1. Okay, so I underline this, I underline this, I underline this. They are the same. They are the same now. So what do? I bring them out. I write in the first term 2 to the power n plus 1. I put a bracket here. This one cover, so what is left is 1. Okay, this one cover, what is left is minus 2. This one cover, what is left is plus 4. So my math, I think I can solve it. What is this? 4 minus 2 is 2. Then plus 1, I get 3. 3 times 2n plus 1. Okay, 3 times 2n plus 1. That one. Am I allowed to write a dot here? Yes, I just told you that you can write a dot here, right? Okay, great. So next, solve for this one. What is common? Let's see. N minus 1, n plus 1, and n. I think it's n minus 1, right? Okay, you think it's n minus 1, it's okay to do it, but you can see this 12. 12 is equal to what? 4 times 3. You have a 3 here. 3 here combined with this one, then you get what? 3 to the power n. Then this one becomes, this one also 3 to the power n. So this one is 3n plus 1. 3n plus 1 you write as 3n times 3. Okay, 3 should be written in front so that it's nicer. Okay, but it's okay. So we're going to simplify this, and our common factor is 3 to the power n. Okay, so now I'm going to write this 4 times 3 times 3 to the power n minus 1, then minus 3 times, okay, I'll be consistent, all right, multiply now, and then plus this one, 9 times 3 to the power n. Sorry. Got it? Okay. I underline the things here. This is 3 to the power n, this is 3 to the power n, and this is 3 to the power n. Okay? So it's going to be 3 to the power n, I write out. This is 4. Okay? This one cover 4, this one cover minus 3, and this one cover is plus 9. Okay? What do you get? Okay? 9 plus 4 is 13. 13 minus 3 is 10. So this one, final answer is 10 multiplied by 3 to the power n. Okay, get the answer? Okay, I think you are confident now. Okay, so let's look at your homework. Okay, so just copy this down and do this at home. It's very basic practice. Okay, I can even do this one like without doing any steps. I can just write down the answers, you know. Okay, you should be able to reach this level. Okay, when you look at those kind of things, you do this mentally. If you are not familiar, just multiply them on top and below. Directly write down the answer. Okay, so and you gotta show this one is equal to this one. Okay, not very difficult. Simplify these kind of things. Like 3, 27, 27 is 3 cubed, and 81 means what? 3 to the power 4, okay? This is 2 to the power 3, okay? Try to make them having the same factor, bring it out, and there you go, okay? You get the answer. Okay, I'll show you the answer here, okay? You can just take a look. Okay, so these are the answers. Go try it at home, okay? You can grind through this and you will get A, okay? Right, see you.